G.O.D. we remain so low. Universal complex, how the team go though. Every memory captured, that's a mind photo. Kashik record, yeah, we training in the source dojo. Fear's normal, but never fearing you mere mortals. Look through the portal, we are God's aura. Light speed, travel through the shadow, calling my battles. Yin yang effects of atomic particles to an atom. Like Eve is the atom, a true completion of matter. Love alignment with the self-information all gathered. I might spark with the Buddha, spread the knowledge of Tuda. Peace and love be the ruler of all that we doing. Through waves and sound, we raise profound. A treasure found, we hold the crown. I feel that ambition transmitting my vision. Solar system in my eyes, galaxy aligned. I smoke this fire every time I need to clear my mind. I hop up in the booth, I'm telling truth cause I don't gotta lie. My life character in the air, they unaware. I see the air but still care. Look in the mirror, I'm smoking ganja, the only thing I need but air sight. I'm just fucking with you, but the universe gon' take me there. I'm blasting through the cosmos, twisting bounce with the fronto. Swaying to the rhythm in my mind like it's a bongo. Take a look at yourself, be a leader, never follow. That's my motto, living mono from the bottom, how we conquer life. Yeah, I dance with the enemy together, making melodies.
Yes. So much love. Shout out to Aura the Prophet. Greetings. Greetings, everyone. I could just jam to that song the whole time, man. There's so much love out here. I'm feeling amazing today. Let's just belly flop in. Lots of info tonight. Lots of things. When I mention my past accomplishments, it is not for ego purposes. It's multifaceted. One, the info in my actions literally help people in a real way. Like I try and like the actions that I take literally helps people in like an actual way in real life, IRL. And two, I mentioned my accomplishments to motivate others that they can do the same. Yes, I wrote this down. I'm so silly. So goofy, but I like so much rumination in the mind mansion. I'm like, let me write this down. Huh? But I mentioned my past accomplishments to motivate to motivate others that they can do the same, dude. Do I still have anchors about being inadequate? Of course, yeah. Do I also believe, and I love the word belief. If you guys know anything about the Bach saga, if you have your own grimoire, belief is a beautiful word. Belief. Do I also believe that I'm awesome as F? Yes. Are those two opposing ideas? Yes. Yeah, of course. Of course, man. Dude, so I was riding to my alchemist today, one of my alchemist friends today, and I was like, because he was rocking. Oh, by the way, let me shout to the chat. Leaf, Leaf, Stacy, I spell it Leaf, Leaf. In terms of the Bach saga, tree, family tree, right? Be Leaf, but yeah, be live, yeah, absolutely. But people want to go like, oh, be live. They want to focus on the lie part. It's like, yeah, okay, dude. It's also like I love the word mourning. Oh, mourning is death. No, 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 it's not death. I've already explained this. It is you're in the morning, you're going out on your ship, um, seafaring, right? Have a good mooring. Have a good morning, right? It's you know. I don't know about some of these quote unquote, whatever you want to call them out here. Um, but so I went to my alchemist today, and it was in like one of my old neighborhoods, closer to the city. And as I got closer, I noticed the more diversity, right? The more amalgamation of peoples, let's say. And I noticed also the flow wasn't flowing, right? I'm driving, and the way people I've explained this a million times here on the Ronin Experience. I know how the way people walk, the way people move, is the same way they drive. The way people drive is the same way they operate, right? And I notice there was a messing up of flowage, right? People getting in the way, people not moving smoothly, right? And that's why like that you don't want to be like energy flow, right? Or water flow. You don't want to be that short, right? That jamming up the flow. But I noticed a lack of flow. And I mean, so like when I do things like, so I'll share info like America's Egypt, America's India, America's Ethiopia, America's Asia. And I have info to back it up, and I'm going to get into it. And it'll be like, well, why does it matter? I've literally received this. I won't call anyone out. But, and this is also why I'm critical about these quote unquote high minded things. I'm not going to stay on this path. We're going to get positive, and we're going to get all into some info, or we're going to get negative, wherever the flow goes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, let's keep it all airy fairy. But you know what I mean? It is. But it'd be like, well, why does that matter if Egypt was in America, or Egypt was in where they call it now? And it's not just Egypt; it's all of it, right? And it's like I'll be like, do I really need to tell you the importance of why that even matters? So it's like, okay, you see, this is why I'm critical of these so-called high-minded folks, right? It shows a bias. It shows a bias either against myself or the ideas that I'm sharing that fudges up whatever their paradigm happens to be, their parameters, right? We've spoken here on the Ronin Experience massively about parameters, the cube, the box, right? Closed-mindedness, right? Even in a quote-unquote open-mindedness type of environment. This is why I'm always on these people. I don't care about the sheeple. They're done. I'm talking about these people that come over here in like this high-minded type space, right? Because if it doesn't matter, why would I have to tell you if it matters or not? But if it doesn't matter, then why does any information matter? Right? Why does any decoding of anything matter? Why does anything shining light on the darkness of any matter matters? Right? Others, it reminds me of like a lot of people in these spaces, and you've heard it, and you might even be one, and that's okay. But it'd be like, well, what does it matter the shape? I don't care the shape of the earth. It's like, okay, let's think about this, right? To me, it's the same like thing. What does it matter if Egypt's over there or over here? It's like, what does it matter if the hijacks versus the non-hijacks true purity? This is an alchemist channel, if you guys don't know. We boil things down, flip it around, turn around, look at it upside down, inside and out, okay? And it's like, how can someone not care about a bunch of you look up in the sky, you're laying down on the grass. You remember? When was the last time you laid down on the grass on a hill? I can tell you, it's been actually a while for me since I literally laid down on the grass and looked at the stars. But you lay down, and how can someone not care about, I see balls of fire over my head. These luminaries are millions of years away, gazillions of light years away, spinning balls, right? Compared to like a flat stationary plane of whatever these luminaries are, whatever these meteor showers are. Gosh, what are they? How do eclipses happen? Like for real, for real. right? And contemplating that. How does that on a stationary plane not have an effect on one's perception and perspective of things? I don't care. You sure? Because again, why share any info of any kind if you don't care? This is a big part of the lack of intellectual integrity that I speak about all the time, for years on this channel. Right? I spoke about it last week. I won't go over it. Like, I don't care about privacy. They already know. I already talked about it. Right? I don't care. You know, self introspection and self analysis about one's thoughts and the origins of these thoughts. If you've been around here for a minute, how many times do I got to talk about dissecting where does this thought come from? And I got to hear and these various. I've been kicked out of so many telegrams, right? At least 100 plus telegrams I've been kicked out of. So at what point is the telegram groups the problem and I'm the problem? At what point is the bassist the problem and it's not the six stringers, which is all the drummers, and we're gonna get into that. Oh man. This specific channel, and I'm gonna get on channelers. This channel has been very specifically, not generally, but specifically trying to prepare everyone for 2025, which is now. If you were here in 2024, if you were here in 2023, the info shared here was specifically talking about 2025, which is where we are, like literally in a sheesh, man. I mean, in a tactical way, in a mindset way, in a spirit way, like very precisely going 2025, prepare. And here's some ways you can prepare. And the syncs back this channel up, yo. The syncs back this channel up, operating in synchronicity. I don't even want to say synchron. I don't like saying isms, right? But include the isms, right? Whatever the isms, this channel has it backed up. What do others speak of? Are they in sync like this channel, yo? What do Are they in sync with the Moshe weave, the Moshe tapestry? Does the realm back them up? Or they just talk about like whatever's the thing of the thing, right? Hold on, I got a little thing I want to play. Speaking of a thing. Speaking of tapestries, and trust me, I'm gonna be like, wow, you keep talking about blah blah blah. No, I know. One second. One second. One second. Do they talk about the tapestry? Let's see. I guess it would help if I hit play.
Definitely familiar, dearie.
Right. I think that's gone on long enough.
Do you think so? I thought maybe it could be a little longer.
Oh, you're too soft. Much too soft, both of you. The Dream King killed his son.
The boy asked him to.
He spilled family blood. All good things, eh? Got to finish sometime.
Yeah. So, does the realm back to? Do they talk about clickbait stuff, relevant topics from the I'm almost done. From the pop culture hijacks of the day. Do what these other cats out here? Anything you receive, does it empower you? Does this channel empower you? It's like, yeah, we hear you. You say this stuff all the time. Well, have you been listening? Have you been using the code for utility? Are you aware of where you are in this journey, in the cycle? Where are you in the cycle? Do you know that? For yourself. Regardless, we shall see. So, I mean, Share this flipping that's all to say is share this flipping channel with people. Yes, it's the underground where the American Anubis resides, but still share. But anyway, all that rant was just to get views on this channel. Freaking, you want to talk about hypocrite?
I was cracking up backstage when you were talking about it. You're like, I've been kicked out of 100 Telegram channels. So and then you're like, so you have to start to wonder, where's the problem? And I was cracking up. I was cracking up.
They're just anti-Ronins. That's what they are.
Yeah, no, they are. I think they are too, honestly.
It's not me.
I think they're I think they're anti-Ronins too. You know, F them.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm just giggling. I love to embrace the giggles. I will never shut. It's kind of like
we
I
need
love to let sneezes rip. Like I won't shut. Dude, I don't, Chris. I don't trust a person. Like when they're gonna sneeze and they like jam up their nostrils and hold it in. Like I'm like, no, man, let that shit rip, bro. Not in people's faces, obviously. But I love to embrace the giggles.
Absolutely. We need it right now, man. And I know, I mean, I could get too black pilly on even when I'm doing just the conversations, usually, except when I'm with you usually, but with everyone else, I get real black pilly. So it's good to have fun and actually laugh at the same time.
It's dark humor. You know, I've said this before, but it's like, literally, like I've been in situations where like things were coming down, and it's like you gotta joke at stuff. I mean, it sucks, but it's like you gotta joke at stuff, man. I've been in like I've had mortars land on me, and we've been joking. I've had friends in the hospital, like heart problems, literally, and we were joking.
Yeah,
it's like that. What do they call that?
Gallows humor.
Gallows humor. I was gonna say hangman's. Yeah, gallows humor. It's like, what the fudge, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's. I feel like that's a common thing in like the military kind of culture, right? Like it's you have to, or you'll fucking go nuts.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit of therapy. It's dark. It's dark, but it's some therapy, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What we got here, Young?
Yeah, Young, thinking is gay. So he's gay. Ruminating is gay. By the way, if you guys want, like, Phi Tribe is actually. I haven't listened to binaural beats, 8 or 9 hours of binaural beats, and I haven't gone to sleep with them in a while. But I highly recommend them, and they're great, man. Like, and this is one of their posts, so check them out. Here's some chakra stuff, but I also like this quote. From some of y'all like this guy, but the info is good. You guys can read that.
Wait, what does it say? Actually, I need to make my screen bigger. Hold on.
It might be tough. It might be like small.
See, I'm using I use a side screen sometimes for the main channel, and then like when we pull stuff up, I usually pull it on my main screen. But I need to switch. I don't have the camera up, so it's not a problem right now. That's better for me. Yeah, it's fine.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's on my normal computer screen. It's fine.
By the way, I got a lot of cool stuff to share if we get to it.
Awesome. That'll be good to help us go somewhere with the conversation, because I was running so late, man. I wanted to get some stuff, like look up some stuff to talk about, and I was like, shit.
Oh, I got it.
Awesome.
I got stuff.
Awesome.
This is just Huxley saying, I'll just read it. If most of us remain ignorant of ourselves, it is because self-knowledge is painful and we prefer the pleasures of illusion. Bro, you ever go through like do you find self-knowledge painful? Like, have you ever looked and it be uncomfortable on certain things?
Of course. I mean,
oh shit.
What? Honestly, I don't know if you can have it the other way where it's not painful. It has to be. or you're never gonna like if you're not having any pain when you're doing self, like it's not even pain, but it like could be even disappointment when you're doing a self analysis, then you're kind of most likely just a psychopath, like unless you've gone through it already.
Dude, it's so uncomfortable, man, and it's not a one-time deal. It's a refresher. Like you have to constantly go, like constantly look at stuff, guys. I talk a lot about stuff that's been on this channel, Chris, and a lot of it's been real cringe too. Like I'm a little too open out here in the open seas, and it's regular. Like my constant. How many times do I talk about identifying your thoughts and where do your thoughts come from? Like when you're trying to get into that when you're trying to just breathe and meditate, the squirrel mind starts bringing stuff up.
Yeah. And I mean, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, please.
I was just gonna say that the example I like to use is when you're in a relationship, and we've all been in them, and if one goes bad, a lot of times people usually will like to blame the other person, and sometimes it's warranted, but usually they don't do any self-reflection, and that's why we've been brought up in a culture where that's kind of normalized, and that's why we have so many narcissistic assholes and codependent losers who like can't have a functioning relationship because no one actually looks at, like they don't put themselves in the position of the other person and see what they were doing wrong and what they might have been, even if they weren't doing anything wrong. Maybe they were having codependencies, like being too needy, being too overprotective, things that like they're not setting up borders, not having any sort of line that can be crossed by the other person because you're so obsessed with them. And when people don't do that, I feel like people really rarely do that anymore. And then it kind of overflows into every single relationship and every part of their life.
Yeah, relationships are the biggest ones in reference to what you're talking about because you're very intimate with people in a relationship, right?
Yeah,
Both men and women. And you get frustrated, like, why are they not doing the thing that I want and being the way that they want as opposed to looking in the mirror, right?
And a lot of it did too, like, because I remember when I had to do this, I was having an issue where it was like, why do I give them the same issue with girls I date, where it's like it ends really fucking badly with a lot of arguments, and it's like I can't feel like I can't trust them, or they're doing shady shit. And then I'm like, you could always usually bring it back to like when you're a kid. Oh, maybe one of your parents like pushed on you a little bit too heavily emotionally, and it's not their fault that they did that. You have to learn, recognize it, and then get over it. You know what I mean? Like, because it happened.
It always goes back to the parents, and it doesn't even have to be super tragic. Like,
you can't even blame them for it. You can't. You gotta let it go and recognize. Oh, okay, so that's a behavioral pattern I developed because maybe something was a little bit like I've had too much emotional weight on me, but they didn't know any better either when they were doing that. But now I'm grown up, so I need to change that pattern and self-correct.
Yeah, it's okay. So from I'm a guy, right? I'm a man, and it's like, oh, these dumbass chicks, right?
Yeah, of course.
I could sit and talk to you and go, oh man, this chick is, this chick, and I get it, and I might not even be wrong. In fact, I'm probably not wrong.
Exactly.
Between you and me, but no looking external. Going, okay, cool, whatever. It doesn't even matter if they're psychos. Doesn't make a difference. It's all right. Like you were saying, it's repetitive in one's experience, and you go, why am I repeating this unpleasant experience?
Yeah. Why do I keep allowing these psychos in my life? Because obviously I'm not making it clear at some point that this is not cool and cutting them off when I should be.
Yeah, and I could sit here and beat up on chicks, you know what I mean, and go, oh, they're all these chicks. Every guy I've ever dated was a narcissist. No, listen, I'm not even going to talk about chicks. I will only talk about myself and go, why do I date and have relationships and have girlfriends and have these relationships and then them not work out? And go, I'll look in the mirror. Right. And that's how you grow. And whatever that mirror reflects back, whatever you see, first off, make sure you have a clean mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you really do that enough, like that's why I have a great relationship now, because I did that enough to where I was like, what the hell am I doing in these relationships where I was not setting borders in relationships. I was letting people walk all over me and be assholes and being too nice.
It's kind
And
of
some
weird.
people have the opposite issue. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's weird because, okay, like, all right, so so one is you have to identify who respects quote unquote nice. Like you use the word nice. So let's just go down that road for an example, right? And keep it local here. Me and others, respect nice, right? If you're nice, I won't go, this freaking Chris cat is nice, yo. Watch, let me see what I can get from him. No, I follow a code. So I'm gonna go, dude, Chris is so nice, bro. I'm going to appreciate that and recognize that. And
Yeah.
and you know, I mean, it's not gonna be I'm gonna take advantage. So there are goofballs out here. So we also have to, man, how do you? I mean, anyway, regardless, we can sit here and go about this all day, bro. Always look in the mirror. It's always your fault. Even if the
100%.
other person is muffed up, you should have not dealt with them. You should have had those boundaries.
Exactly.
You're a guy or a girl, whatever you are, and men and women are different. Okay, they are completely different. But whatever perspective, whether you're a female or male, your prime directive, you should have that dialed in, not have it fudged up. If you're fudged up, that codependency he talked about, that, and I'm not even talking about extreme. I'm just talking about regular. You have to really work on yourself and
And it is even about respecting just yourself. Because, like, I mean, when I'm saying too nice, what I mean by that, to be even more precise, is like someone wrongs you, obviously, in an obvious way, where it's like they do something shady and you're just like, they say you're being crazy, and then you start apologizing or something and let it go.
well, that's a
When
tactic.
when you know deep down that it was wrong, but that's you being too nice. That's the language I'm using there.
Oh yeah,
You
and
know
that's
what I
where
mean?
boundaries come in. Chris, forgive me for
Exactly.
cutting you off.
Exactly.
You're hitting a chord right now for me. That's a tactic of low vibe people. Okay, when you bring a thing up, and listen, Chris, man, just man to man, guy to guy, I can tell you, hey, Chris, you as a friend are doing something, and you react in a way like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. And you could do some sort of manipulation jujitsu attempt. And
Oh yeah.
I go, hey man, shut that down.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're
Yeah.
friends, shut that down. You got to shut that down. And Chris, this is the Boil It Down channel. I hear the aesthetics, but what does it really mean? And we go, shut that down. And if it's goofiness, if it's a kid, like if it's an adult child behavior, hey man, I can be an adult child, Chris. I can be immature, right?
Of course.
And you go, hey, we're not going to go in this circle logic of nonsense. We're going to go, I tell you what, go take a breather and let's talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figure your
Yeah.
shit out. You're in your feelings, as they say sometimes.
Well,
But
and
anyway,
look at where we are with the cultural issue right now. Everyone is in their fucking feelings about everything. The media puts people in their feelings nonstop, and it's a very feminized, sort of reactionary culture. And it's not a positive feminine. It's like an inverted feminine. Just react without thinking.
and you have to know yourself, and you have to know those things. Why does Chris Minor say a specific thing and it makes me feel a certain way? Whether it makes me feel anxious, or whether it makes me feel happy, or whether it makes me feel angry. Why does the thing that Chris says, whatever that thing is, make me feel a certain way? Is it Chris's fault? Or do I need to sit and dissect and go, he mentioned, let's just say, like, he mentioned peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I get fired up. It's like, hold on. Why am I getting fired up? It's because something happened when I was a kid and there was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches involved, right? And so it's not a Chris thing, it's a me thing, right? And I know that sounds silly, but extrapolate that and scale that out to whatever.
Yeah, and that's why even just there, when I was speaking, I made sure I corrected myself and said an inverted feminine sort of energy, because I knew people would hear feminized energy and immediately think I was saying something negative about the feminine.
Brother, people got to get over that feminine, masculine in a spiritual sense, going, how dare you? No, there's some goofy ass feminine energy and there's some goofy ass masculine energy. And
of course,
the
exactly.
ability to tell the difference is actually pretty darn easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's, again, boil it down to where do your thoughts come from? If I criticize poor feminine energy, and I feel like I can't say that, where does that come from? No. If you're showing me poor feminine energy, bro, you bring that. If you're a guy and you start acting in some toxic feminine energy, bro, I'm like, yo, you need to back the fudge up, dog. I'll slap you, bro. And by the way, if I slap you, it's literally from love, because that's how I show love in that situation, even to a dude. So that whole criticism of, everything can be criticized and looked at and whatever, and nothing's off the table.
100%. I'm seeing what you have pulled up here, and I actually feel like this is one of I think a show I had to watch like a little bit more than once, because he was someone who I didn't agree with everything he was saying with, and I had to make sure I wasn't like reacting in a way that was just without thinking it through and hearing what he was actually saying.
Well, let's listen to it. And Greg, I always mess up Craigs and Gregs, and they hate it. They all hate it, right?
Of course.
Greg was very not feeling some of this, but let's not kill the messenger, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to play this. It's only like some seconds, but it's in reference to the reason I brought this up was that there's nothing original about any of these quote unquote scripts, original manuscripts of whoever your gnosis comes from, that is beyond the 1800s. It just doesn't exist. And he's going to talk on this, and I have so many other examples if we get into it. Or Chris and I get stuck talking about relationships and shit, and these freaking chicks, man. Chicks. No, I'm joking. Chicks. No, let's listen to it. Here we go. Oh, whoop. I got to hit play over here.
Oh, wait, we don't have sound.
Hold on. You don't have sound?
No sound.
All right, hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Why is there no sound? Okay, here we go. Hold on. I'm going to share screen.
By the way, my volume's okay?
Oh, you sound fabulous, man.
All right, cool.
All right, I just did share volume. Now let me see. Let me know immediately if this doesn't work. All right, here we go.
Do you even think the Nag Hammadi texts were a forgery?
No, I don't think it's a forgery. I think it's a coming out party. I think that those texts weren't discovered in 1946. I think that they were already known, but after World War II, as a new onslaught to prepare for a new great reset of all of the human condition was being put into motion, and all of the Nazis sort of given new assignments to run NATO and the global secret army apparatus and stuff. But at the same time as that whole new plan was being brought online, I think that the decision was made at that moment to release them to the public as a bit of a coming out party, with a bit of a story around a Muhammad Ali murderer on the run from the law who found himself in a cave and discovered all of these texts that then were very quickly translated under the management of Carl Jung and the Carl Jung Institute.
Okay. Thoughts?
Actually, that was one of the parts I agreed with him pretty much completely, almost with.
Shoot, sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry. I had to shut it. I had to stop it. The sound. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I was saying that was, I think, one of the parts I actually agreed almost completely with what he was saying there. It seems pretty accurate.
Yeah. If anyone looks into anything, they will find that, dude. Okay, so the Nag Hammadi was found in 1946. The Dead Sea Scrolls found in 1947. The some of these all these other ancient scripts that you believe in, dude. I was looking at, okay, well, how about the Quran today? The Quran, of course, they'll tell you, well, it was oral for a gazillion years since 400 AD or whatever, and it'll be like, okay, cool, but no, when was it written down? Oh, it's written down 18 years after Muhammad. Cool, but where's the official stuff? Yo, bro, they literally, and I look up the publishers. Yeah, it was found in 2015. The official Quran.
2015?
2012. Yeah, the 2000s.
Get out of here! Really?
Yeah,
That's when they're saying it is. Holy shit!
yeah. Just like the Bible. Like the Bible is not 2,000 years old. I want to see the manuscripts. Well, they wrote it in the Council of Nicaea in 323 AD. Okay, cool. I want to see it. Okay, well then King James wrote it in the 15 whatever. Okay, I want to see it. Where's the originals? Oh, actually the originals weren't till the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947, right? And you look at that. Okay, you look at the Vedas. When were the Vedas thing? And you sift through the BS. The Hindu Vedas, right? Well, they were oral for a bazillion years. And it's like, okay, no, when was it official? When was the publisher sending out books officially in this way? Well, not till like 1970s, 80s. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and I mean that'll make sense too with the printing press when the written ones maybe a little earlier, but
well,
still
the
not
written
much.
ones don't exist.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, right? Because we only have fragments, and if we do have fragments, they're not even legitimate half the time.
They're not legitimate, dude.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and you go, whoa, you're saying a lot of things, Ronin. Why are you saying these things and things and things? Well, let's go to where I get my information from, right? Or at least where I get it a little bit from. Here's another example of where I get these things from. Well, you look up India. When was India? And I've gone over this. India wasn't called India until like pretty darn recent, 1970s. So no one in India considered themselves Indians. Then they didn't call themselves Indians. In fact, if you talk to your gas station guy, your slushy guy now, you go, do you consider yourself Indian? And you go, well, yeah, that's just for the gringos, but actually I'm a part of, it's actually, whatever tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you go, what's the ancient? Well, Hindustan. Well, I mean, kinda. What about Bharat? Yeah, Bharat. That was our name for a long time. So all that stuff's goofy. Georgia, Ethiopia, Egypt, Korea, Japan. You name it. All those places are brand new ass names. So when was this written? 1800s. This is from archives.
What the? Oh, we got a little. It's an interesting symbol on the front too. Very eye of something. Eye of Horus C with an X added there, looking.
Everything comes from America, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So even the I here.
You had that pulled up for you, yeah.
Let's listen to him talk about monkeys, and he's going to talk about the monkey gods. Let's give this. I can't stand.
The AA is interesting too. The American Antiquities reminds you of AA and getting to the occult, like after Crowley and his little group.
Yeah. So let's listen to this for a second. I need to get the sound going. Hold on. I didn't click sound. And give this a listen. This is from a book from the 1800s. So you go, hey, well, who cares? This is one of my opening statements from the show, right? Well, who cares? And blah blah blah. All your belief systems. What are the origins of these so-called ancient belief systems? What if the origins are from America? You go, I don't care. Are you sure? Look in the mirror. Anyway, I'm gonna give this let's listen to this for like 3 minutes. Is that cool, Chris?
Yeah, of course.
And I got a bunch of other cool stuff to listen. Like I got other cool stuff too. Man, why is this is my last computer to run Windows. I gotta turn this over to what do you call it, Linux. But let's listen. Here we go.
The place of God's monkey in America. Monkeys are continually appearing or mixed up with the Indian exploits or the Hindu exploits, such as Hanuman and Koma. So, they're monkey people, or Hanuman, the deity. In ancient India, like almost looking like the monkeys they portray and out of Africa theories, right? The human monkeys they say we descend from. They say,
Oh, by the way, he's going over this. So if you go to archives and look this up, American Antiquities, 1868, this is the article that he's going over. Just as a FYI.
say we descend from Hanuman. Others that were employed as an army. So you got an army of monkey men and these Hindu tales, right? But in America, there was a notion that in one of their destructions of the human race, or epics, remember, there's ages of man, not just in America, but in many of the old tales of the old world. We're in the first age was destroyed by this, the second age like this, we're in the fifth age or sixth age, depending on the culture. Many different ages or resets. Resets. So the notion in one of the destructions of the human race or epics, all mankind were destroyed by a hurricane. Here we go. Huracan. Remember what we learned in part 1, hurricane, and we're turned into monkeys. Wow. Guys, this is not from the Hindu tales. This is from the American codices he's talking about, and the stories there, and the walls. They were turned into monkeys, huh? So these monkey men, huh? What if we've been seeing it in reverse? They say, oh, humans evolved from monkeys. What if these monkey men evolved from humans? Something happened that we don't understand, huh? What if something really happened that we don't understand based on our concept of reality in modern times?
So, by the way, I shared in shout out Slick Dissonant Gabriel, massive love, share his stuff, check his stuff out. The Anahuac, this translates into hurricane. Okay, the Anahuac. This is a map from 1521. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. The Anahuac. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. So Atlan, this is Atlan. This is Atlantis. The Americas are Atlantis. Okay. Meshi, look at that. Michoacan, Michigan. That's why I've gone over and over about they turned Michigan, right? Mexican, Michigan, right? Anahuac. Let me see if I can increase this. Okay. It means hurricane. It means Anunnaki. This is the word Anunnaki comes from, right? Which is meant here by the water, surrounded by water, right? You look into these things. That's why these are the origins. These are the origins. If you look at those things, like I'm also mentioned in I think it was in Gabriel's thing, where you look at those Anunnaki Egyptian things and they go, oh, it's a pine cone. It's actually a pine apple. And others that, because the Atlan, the tis is added by the Greeks, right? This is Atlan. And you can even look up the Dorian. The Dorian is like supposedly an OG Greek race. For those that are into that, you can look up the Dagon. Like the Dorian are like kind of like the Dogon, but here in the Americas, it's the Dagon, which predates all this stuff. Again, you got to look at the origins of things. This is the boil it down channel. I can't emphasize that enough. What you're reading, this is the Anuhuac. This is the Anunnaki. I love the Anunnaki. That's so spooky. I love TikTok. They share, Christopher, the spooky music they share in the, Enoch and Enlil and blah, blah, blah. It comes from the Americas.
Yep. And this is where eventually, like, this even connects now for me even more with the kind of left-handed path, the occultists, especially with the AA, because then you have they go by aeons in their thinking, and aeon comes from the same type of cycles and time that there are being discussed here. And if we look at what aeon even means, it's like when you look at the Greek of aeon, it's like AI1, which is interesting just to think of how it's spelled out.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, and I okay. So we'll get over this soon. Let's listen to him for like one more minute. And oh man, I have some good shares. Let's go one more minute. One more minute. Here we go.
That's a pretty deep notion right there. We shall find out one day. Yep. They turn into monkeys, hurricane. Remember, the huracan is the same symbol as the eye of Horus, which is literally the eye of the hurricane we learned the other day. Now, guys, this brings me to something. Let's go to a hurricane, right? Let's go real quick. So we should actually go to the image right here. So we got the spiral. If you guys know, let me just go right now to so we can have a reference, what we're talking about here, right? So eye of Horus. As you guys see, the eye at Horus has a spiral. Don't hurricanes move in a spiral? Don't hurricanes have an eye? It's literally the same symbol as we learned the other day as the deity huracan. That's where we get the name hurricane from. Huracan, an ancient American word for the deity and for hurricane. Huracan, we still use it in Spanish. That's how we say hurricane. We say huracan. Tan, right? Snake. Tan, hor, ura, hor, hura. Look at this. Horu, huracan, hurricane, Horus cane. The eye of the hurricane, Horus cane. Now, what's interesting about this? Shout out to Science, yo. Shout out to Science. I know Science got deep. He asked me a pretty good question, right?
I'm hoping he mentions Khan. You go, oh, well, Khan. Khan is a vessel that holds water. Khan. The Khans. The great Khans. It's a vessel that holds water. Guys, but you don't have, see, my point is like, you don't have to trust this in the different, oh my gosh. You don't have to trust this. You can look, what I do is I look up the documents for myself, right? The different epochs of mankind, monkeys, and it talks about monkeys and in the Indian thing. Well, that's a Central American thing. Khan, Stan. Yeah, dude, look up Khan. C-O-N, Khan. Let's look it up. Well, I mean, we have the document. Oh, shit. Did I, hold on. I got it saved.
And you could see all how the Saturn's all wrapped up in this with the Eye of Horus, the hours, the hour of Horus, hour of us, hour of us. It's like it's time. It's all time. It's all like references to time.
Yep. So let's look up con. Just because of Stacy shared, let's go C-O-N. Spell it as you wish. Let's go next. Oh, come on. Oh, get out of here, bro. This is not helping me with the search. That's gay. That's freaking gay, bro. Huh. I believe it was near pineapple. I'm not demonstrating it well. But you have the document, look it up and search for it yourself. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Chris?
I was just saying, even with the Eye of Horus, I mean, and the Huracan, I mean, the spiral, the eye of the hour. It's like the hour of the spiral. It's like you have time all wrapped up. So you have Saturn even wrapped up in all of this. Mm. And then you have a new, what is it? Hanuman? Is it a Hanu human? It's like a new human. You have there basically. It's even in the word with the added H, kind of like the Hebrews do. Or whatever they are, whoever these people are that say they're Hebrews. I see how they have they're putting talking about the giant T, or what kind of cross is that again? Which you can find everywhere.
I mean, they can call it what they want. I mean, it's some Teutonic shit. It actually comes from Chinggis is actually who started this T. He started the Teutonics. He started the Templars. That was his thing, to take over the realm. And he's the one that pushed across and took over a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
To take out the old stuff. And they put his stamp on it. So name it what you want. I mean, I don't know if it's the Rosicrucians or what. It goes, and then you have the other small line underneath. I mean, it has a lot of different names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to me, again, the specifics on that stuff, I'm over it, because I'm just like, there's just too much stuff out here. So let's switch gears, bro, because I have a lot of shares, believe it or not. Cool stuff. So this is an awesome, he talks about Pavlov, right? He talks about Blofsky, whoever Pavlov, and not the one lady. I don't think it's the lady Blofsky. I think it's a guy. But, training and getting ready. They're pushing the, Communist Manifesto to take over. And we know the communists are basist. And then they come from six stringers, like who wrote it in the 1800s, the Marxes and the, Talmudian types. But then they are actually, the next level down is drummer. They're actually drummers, and they're just like, they're open there. And I say they, and he talks about they in this. They, at least here in America, was like Rockefeller. And these are not theories. Rockefeller was like, we're going to train everybody, and those 10% that can't be trained, we're going to kill them.
Yep.
That's what he said.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So that's what he said. These are their agendas, and where they come from. So again, starting from the first second of this Ronin experience tonight, you ask me, not you, but general, what does it matter? Whether it's this or that, or these people are they, or who's they, and blah, blah, blah. But I've been showing you everyone.
You know what I find interesting too? How when you really think about this now, so like America being the basically most likely like the Eden, the original place of at least the most recent ancient civilization that we can go back to, being Atlantis.
Yeah.
When you're getting things like the OTO, or the Order of the Temple of the East, now you understand why the East is in the name, because really they're trying to take over the West.
Yeah.
As they've always been.
Yeah, and what's funny, bro? What if your compass flip it upside down and the east is the west?
And that's another way to look at it.
Think about it from Spain, right? Let's call it Spain, right? 1491 to, let's just use that as a placeholder. Shout out Al Andalus, you know. But I'm not on any team, by the way. I'm just trying to uncover reality is best. So they go, we're going to India.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
far east. In which direction did they go? They went west. And that wasn't because they were like, oh, we'll figure it out as we go. Like, that's, dude, Chris, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, what? What do you mean? Yeah, who's going on that trip?
No, who's going on it? They knew, oh, well, we're just going to be treasure. No, that's all goofy. We all know that. We don't have to go over that. No, they knew where they were going. India, the West Indies. Where were the West Indies? They were in the most eastern part of the Caribbean island. Who were the Kari? I talk about the Kara, the Kari. Who are the Carib? What does Caribe mean? It means whirlpool. We just went over the hurricane thing. I know they're two different things, but the wording, the burrs, the bars, and we talked about Liberia last time. Iberia is right there, which is minus L. The burr. I highlighted, so okay. What were we talking about, dude? Oh yeah, so your compass might be fudged up.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how. Okay, and you go, okay, Christopher. You go, how can my compass and every single other person's compass be miscalibrated? How can that be possible? Won't one of us notice at some point and tell the other one? Well, that would be an indicator that I would assume an independent free spirit in the true sense, goes, how is that possible? Okay, that must mean that they own all the broadcast. Like that must mean they all own and direct and run a lot of happenings in this realm. You know what I mean?
Well, and the simplest way to do it would be because you also have to. Everyone has to remember there's lower level magicians who are involved who can just use the illusion of language and flip east and west on people in different languages, and no one communicates enough to know it.
Yeah.
And that's like the basic level.
So with that said, in my opinion, that tells me there's a coordinated, organized outfit that wishes, and they've stated their agenda, and you can see in the past how that agenda has been implemented and continues to be implemented. And you go, yo, are these guys cool? And after 3 seconds, you're like, oh shit, they ain't cool, bro.
Yeah, something's up.
One, I identified there's a group, and 2, I identified that group ain't cool. So 3, I identified that if they ain't cool, I ain't cool with them. And then 4, I'm going to do whatever I can to go, yo, bro, and there's no fear. There's literally shining the light on goofiness, and the goofiness scatters away. But if those shining the light on the goofiness, the light shiners are only, there's only a certain amount of spotlights. That means the goofiness will run amok all in the shadows out there. And my shadows, I'm gonna tell you, my shadow, is tracing me. My shadow traces me, right? But no shadow outside of my shadow is gonna trace me. These other shadows ain't gonna trace me, yo. If that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
You know what I mean? So I've identified the shadows. I go, boom, I'll shine a spotlight on them if they come around my Taurus field. Enough people have their Taurus fields shining bright. They ain't know where they'll lose it's called starving the beast, which is, again, a repetitive thing on here on the Ronin experience. You starve the beast, and you don't even have to have any real blood spill. You remove your power from given to them, your attention, I actually feel conflicted about being here on YouTube because I'm like I pay YouTube a lot of attention. Actually, I watch a lot of just stuff, right?
Yeah, and time is an asset that they obviously worship.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, I was ranting, Chris. I hope I'm gonna give you an opportunity to talk about stuff too. So,
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good.
all right,
I'm right there with you.
yeah, just elbow me out the way, bro. So, like seriously, so I have some cool stuff to share. Let's. I'm gonna share something at random, and let's see where it goes. Okay. Well, hold
Let's
on.
do it.
We have
That
this.
Bill
ready?
Gates was falling to wealth.
Okay, so here's one. Let me share it. We're not gonna play this whole thing because it's like 37 minutes long, right? This is
Shit, that looks like me when I was little on the left.
His grandfather,
about Bill Gates.
his father, William Gates Sr., was a prominent Seattle-based lawyer and political lobbyist. Through his father, Bill Gates learned the ins and outs of law and politics and how to manipulate.
So Bill
The
Gates.
Gates Foundation
being mobilized. So at the end of the year, we're going to.
So that's just something on Bill Gates being wild. It's a 37-minute long video. If for those that know, you know. Let me play another video. Let's see. Here's something. Or maybe I'll play a pic. I have slides. Let's go.
Oh, you had that image up too, and I think I cut you off before you got to talk about it of the when they were talking about the psychology, I think.
Oh, well, it's a lot though. The problem is there's a lot of names, and there's a lot of very specific names of they who try to push this, takeover of people,
Yeah.
the transhumanism and all that stuff. They don't see you as human. That should be like.
See, I kind of like using. I've been starting to just say transhuman for all of them. They're all transhumanists at this point because they really are. Like,
and they'll use the word humanist. Like that
was the old word that they used.
Yeah. So, and they go by a lot of names. I call them basis nowadays. I'm calling them basis.
That's a good way to describe it, and it corrects a lot of people who say that they're based without understanding what it actually means.
Yep. So here's a slide, but we can move on to another slide and see what happens next. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, this is an old map. It's so hard to see. I'm just going to push on. This just shows all kinds of wild animals in Europe and stuff. By the way, horses originate, or at least were absolutely in America. It had nothing to do. Had nothing to do with the Spanish. Bringing it over. Now, let's increase this.
What?
Check this cell phone out. And this is it says April 18th, 1963.
That Skype is tripping me out. I never saw that before.
The voice system, able to put your family together.
Now I know the Nazis had something like this they were using, but I never saw the Skype thing, which is really wild.
And look at it; it's kind of weird, right? It's like here's a screen, here's your microphone, and there's a camera. This is probably the video camera. She's pressing buttons.
Well, because Skype is a modern company now, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they went bankrupt recently, but yeah, they're like a now.
They were like a Zoom or something, weren't they?
Yeah, they were pre-Zoom.
Yeah, like what? That's wild.
Yeah, 1963. And now, is this? You tell me. Is this Photoshop or whatever?
Is this the ancient AI throwing shit up? I don't
Mandela?
know.
Yo, Mandela, yo.
I mean, we got her last name being Conrad, which is interesting.
Oh, that her last name? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Sync it up right there, yo. Yep. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, what's gonna happen here? Oh, I already played that. I played that vid. That was that cutting of the tapestry. Now, this I think is all right. This is the Arctic, right? Is this sheesh BS? I'm trying to zoom in. Is this BS CGI? This is the anti-arc outside the arc.
Might be mixed.
Real and phony.
A little bit of both. Probably, yeah. That's what I'd assume. You know what videos are interesting to look at when you're like looking back at like the Zeppelin videos, which actually this kind of reminds me of you already, like this black. Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, looking at the Zeppelin videos and these airships, like, and thinking, wait a second, like there's something off. It don't look real.
Yeah, is the photographer. I don't like people trying to.
Like the video, even the video of the one that crashes. I'm like, are we watching like an old AI that they already had set up? It's really just uncanny. There's something uncanny valley about some of the videos and photos that they say are from these times.
Yeah, man. Like one thing I also don't respect are people trying to fake pictures and things to
Well,
add.
yeah, they're fucking not helping.
They're not helping, dude. I don't like that because we have Tataria buildings everywhere now. Everywhere.
Yeah.
They're in pretty, decent condition, right? Like relatively good, decent condition. So you don't have to fake stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get this, you get that part. This is interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna play this sound. Hold on 1 second. This is actually worth sharing the sound. This is pretty cool. Hold on, because I want to add sound. This is pretty cool right here. Here we go. Take off the mute. Pump it up. Let's go.
É um instrumento ancestral. Vamos a ver qué pasa.
That was strange.
What do you think about that, dude?
Man, if it,
watch it again, let's see if it will replay. Look, watch the leaves. They're moving around. Watch this, right? There's no sound. I took the sound off. Watch. The leaves are moving. You see how they're kind of swaying around like regular? Let me see if I can zoom in. I can't zoom in. See how they're moving around like normal? The leaves are kind of moving around. Then he starts playing. And then they stop moving the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's wild. Now, if we wanted to fake it, obviously we could. That's the only problem I have because I can, we could fucking have someone holding a fan out there that turns it off when he starts playing.
Oh gosh! And don't, man, I want to believe in coolness like this.
I know.
Yes, but something tells me in my heart I think this is actually like a real vid. I don't think they're toying with us. I think this is a real vid, man. I tried to move bushes, like a whole wall of bushes before, just with my telekinesis jujitsu, and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
Yeah. But I got it though. I was like, I got you. You ain't trying. I was like, all right, you don't want to move around right now. I get it. We'll try again later. It's fine. I get it. So it's not that they can't. It's that they just weren't in the mood at the time.
No, see, I mean, I'd like to believe that stuff like that is possible. That's why I liked, even if the Rasputin story isn't true, I like the Rasputin story because I just like stories about humans who seem to exhibit some sort of higher power within themselves.
Yeah. And sorry if I hit that by accident, but
oh, you're all good, man.
Check this out. Oh, and Chris, like plants are sentient beings. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
They've done studies.
Mm-hmm. They even scream, I think they say, right? When they get cut and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like the one real fast. You guys can look it up. It's been redone too. It's not a one-off. 2 plants. One student sets it on fire, and this is walking through with a bunch of students. And then the next time they go through, they have other plants, and kids walk by. Nothing. The one that set it on fire, the one plant on fire, he walked by. He started spazzing. The other one started spazzing. And this is because they had those like polygraph, things stuck to the plant measuring.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
imagine those little like needle thingies.
Yeah.
So that's the super high explained version of that study. Plus, trees are just cool. You touch them, put your hands on them, the branches, ground. Talk about grounding. They
Grounding, yeah.
really, really, those roots go deep, and those roots talk to each other underneath the ground,
Yep.
all across the realm. So anyway, let's listen to this thing for 1 minute and see what you think about this. Am I bouncing all over the all over the place too much?
No, you're good.
All right, cool.
Physical is phi cycle. The phi symbol is the torus field. We live in a cycle of an electromagnetic field. Birth, growth, decay, and death. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. Everything comes out of the ether and returns back to the ether. That's why death has ether within it. Because your soul came through the ether and then you will return back through the ether. Back to your astral light body. Your soul goes back to the ether every night when you go to sleep. That's why sleep is the cousin of death. Because sleep is just a microcosm of this macrocosm cycle. Day and night, summer, winter, everything is just a cycle of the atom and how energy works. That's why blood leaves the heart and returns back to the heart. Just like how the heart's energy field leaves the heart and goes back to the heart. The heart is an infinite energy source. Heart rearranged is ether. Your heart speaks the language of the universe, energy. You never actually die, your soul lives forever. However, we need to detach from every addiction we have before we die.
So, cool or dumb?
I think that's cool. I like that. I don't see an issue with any of that. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it resonates with me.
I think what he was saying, I'm on board.
The only part I feel like sometimes left out of that model is like the metaphysical realm, which is I think where like the energy is actually coming from, essentially like the spiritual. Which is like it's not, because I think it's like sometimes the ether is almost confused, because I think the ether is part of it, but it's like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's almost like coming from a void, if that makes sense. But it's not a void. It's just like a realm that's parallel to ours, I would say.
So, how would you define a void in this sense?
Almost like a door. or like, I mean, it's almost like a black hole, but it's not a black hole because it's a two-way black hole. And that's kind of where these fields are like manifesting like into and from. It's kind of like the center of it's the still point.
Yup. It's the still point. So what's that mean? I mean,
which is it's kind of like death, I guess, too. But death then leads to rebirth and new life. So I mean, like, so it's correct in the fact that it's cyclical and there isn't really no death.
Yeah,
it's just a transitional stage, which I mean, I hate the word. I'm starting to not like the word transition because of the transhuman, because they're trying to transition us in the physical realm only.
Okay. Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, and that's like a fear-based mentality that they're operating under.
So, oh yeah, man, no fear, dude. That's what I do. Shit, man. I'm out. Yeah. This was shared. Now, what happens in the next realm, I don't know, but I'm here for it. I'm trying to figure, I'm trying to do my best out here. This was shared by Stacy Sunshine. She sent me a private message in Telegram. She sent me a private message in Telegram a few minutes ago, and I usually don't do anything else when I'm doing the Ronin experience. So, but I checked her stuff. So, what is this? All chicks are dudes back in the day, for sure. Oh, look at this. And this is their outfits. Star Wars movies. Oh yeah, look at that one lady. And is she a lady? I don't know. That's and then but
Yeah,
look, all Star Wars stuff. It's all old school stuff.
That transhumanist cult, man, it's been around for a while. The trans cult. The castrated ones.
And that's part of confusing people on purpose.
Yep.
They try and confuse you. What else?
You know what was interesting? Ken Wheeler just came out with a new 1-page document, the Codex of Gravity. Not saying gravity is what people say gravity is, but trying to just explain the phenomenon that they're using the word gravity for. I haven't really looked at it much yet. I wish I did before this, because I'm sure a lot of it all fits into the model you were just showing. Because, I mean, everything in Ken Wheeler's world, similar to, what's his name? What's the other guy's name? Edward Dollard? Is that his last name? The other physicist?
That name. I don't know Dollard.
Yeah, what the hell does he... He's like he's basically a field... They're all like field theorists, is these guys. I mean, they see the world, and I think they're correct in seeing the world as like holographic. It's all light. Sound, light, frequency.
Yeah, so what is there light in the void? what about, is there a spot where there's no light, or is everything all light?
See, and that's so I think in Wheeler's model, which is like it's kind of like I guess it's a Platonian model, and in a way it's a little bit Platonian at least. The metaphysical realm would be the source. So, see, I guess the in-between, but only the still point would be the darkness. So there would be light on the other side, but it's like because I think the actual physical is considered the shadow of the metaphysical. So we are actually, the light is actually like, it's very contradictory in the terms, because like you're saying that we're in a holographic universe that's made of light, but we're also a shadow of something spiritual on the other side. Yeah. And so it's like it's hard for me to explain, because I'm not a physicist.
Oh, I'm that's good that you're not on that level.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not even saying you have to be. I'm just not studied enough on this type of stuff to, especially his theory, to actually speak on it intelligently enough at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are some real super basics that I think people gloss over on occasions. Some, not anyone here on their own experience, but it'll like, so what's generating this avatar, this avatar that we're in at this whole thing is an avatar. Like, if you think of the entire realm as one big avatar, then yes. So, but in this portion of that one big avatar, I'm in this avatar. And what's that mean? I mean, it's a loner, right? I'm not even trying to be morbid. That's just is.
Yeah. And that I could speak on, because so back to the model that a Wheeler would put out, he'd say we're like the radio, and the signal is like the soul or the psyche that connects back to spirit. So if the radio breaks, the signal is still there. The body breaks, your soul or your psyche is still there. Your spirit's still there.
Yeah. That's why that's why that talk of, raise your frequency, right? Raise your vibe. It should be like the intention goal, right? Getting lighter frequency wise.
See, and I have his codex actually that he just did, and actually I was incorrect. He wasn't saying this realm is the shadow of the metaphysical. He was actually saying space is the shadow of the ether. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, that gets even confusing for me. The stuff that I find more interesting is how the conjugate, the conjugate nature of any vortex is a centrifugal force. Basically, this revolves around the dielectric, which is like that diagram you were just showing of the electric and magnetic working together to form birth and death. Through motion, you have creation, and then the collapse is the destruction, and then it's cyclical. It's never ending.
Oh, dude, on that THC show, that same one with I think it was that same dude, a guest, I think. But is when you're in quote unquote flow, the flow state, like, an obvious example would be like in sports or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're in the zone, right? Or you can use so many different experiences, but time seems to slow down. The brain actually, in my opinion, you're no longer thinking, which is a good thing, because the mind will limit you. And someone lifts up a car, right? A mom lifts up a car because their baby's underneath.
Oh yeah, I think I've said that exact example on the show with Emily and stuff before. Yeah,
because I know it's a common go-to, but it's pretty documented. I think.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we're making it up. So, or me who might like corkscrew parkour off two like old oak trees like a squirrel, but that's just in my head. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in the zone and I get out of my head, I bet you I can cartwheel, corkscrew from one branch of an old oak tree to another branch of an old oak tree. But I got to shut the brain off. The brain is like the enemy. But when you get in that flow, maybe it only lasts 5 seconds, maybe it lasts 5 minutes. Time is a whole different situation.
Yep. And also, so you're breaking the law of the second law of thermodynamics, I think, because you're getting all this energy, like when you're the mother lifting the car off the child. Like, technically, if this was just a physical realm, your muscles and bones and the calories you intake, there's not enough energy there for you to be able to actually lift that much weight off the child unless it's coming from somewhere else. And that's coming from the spiritual. Because we are basically like unlimited energy machines, but not machines, I guess biological machines, but we have unlimited energy if we can tap into source.
Yeah, like if a bunch of League of the Assassins were to jump through my windows right now, break the windows and come flying through, right, on a rappel rope, and they're masked up. And if I'm able to get in that flow state real quick, I can Karate Kid all these dudes, right, that have been trained for years in the mountains. But in my flow state, I can just pop and stack them and dip and throw them out, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is also, I think.
I'll try. Hey, bro, I'll try, dog.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the stuff that, what are they, the cities or that monks supposedly will start to demonstrate. Certain monks will get these, like, I guess, superhuman types of powers if they meditate long enough. Yeah, that's it. But they won't. They don't like to show them. Yeah,
I believe that.
Same type of stuff. And then when you're a child, also time seems to drag on, but that's just because you're in a different sort of magnetic, I think, state in your body at that point.
Oh yeah.
And as we get older, it starts going faster and faster, which
but
you could also look at that as us being further from source in a way. from birth, you know.
Well, getting to the
So,
kid state, being a kid, that's you're not even you're only in the now, and things will seem to work out because you
and
know what to drink and what to eat, like not to eat, and like you're not a freaking retard, but
yeah,
you get a splinter every now and again, but you can go, oh, you figure it out, and you're just playing. Like, imagine building a ramp. Remember back in the day, you'd build some,
yeah,
you and your friends, it'd be very unsavory ramp. And it could be made of dirt, it can be made of plywood, whatever, right? And you go, I'm going for it. And things seem to work out if you don't even think about what's
yeah,
could happen. What could happen? Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it and move on. And other people might be like, that was an awesome job. Be like, oh really? Okay, let's go do something else. You know?
Yeah, and you know what I bet happens to that when people talk about the time dilation thing and how time seemed to last forever when you're younger and speed up when you're older. But I bet when you get really old and closer to death, it slows down again because you're closer to back to the start. You're going back to source, so I'm sure it starts to drag on again.
And you are kind of in the now because you're like, I'm in the now, bro. Like I don't know how many nows I got left.
Yeah, especially if you've prepared yourself correctly.
I love this one. I love this one dog YouTube person because they have Bernese Mountain Dogs, and I'm a Bernese Mountain Dog dude. Burners, shout out Burners. And she was like, I don't know, why do you? Because she always sends travel pics with her and her burner. And it's like, why do you take your dog on all your trips or whatever? And it's like, because we only have like 10 or 11 years, 10 or 11 summers to go, right? Because that's burners. Big dogs don't live like a bunch of decades. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's like we got 11 of these summers. Let's crush one. Each one is kind of important if you think about it like that.
You know what I think is interesting about? I'm glad you brought up age. The thought of it for us, at least for humanity, and like the idea of birthdays and age. I wonder if because there are different systems. Obviously, I think the Mayans, they like only celebrated a birthday after like 67 something, how many ever years it was. There was like one.
No idea. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it was like a one. I don't know. I don't know if it was a Baktun or whatever the hell it was. It was just a longer cycle. They didn't do it every year, and I almost wonder if that it affects your mind when you're thinking you're getting older every year, and you actually start to. I'm sure it does epigenetically manifest. Like you start to look older, feel older, break down faster than you would if you weren't dwelling on the fact that you're aging.
Well, I mean, in a how you say, I would say the intention would be not to be in that state.
Yeah.
That's a scarcity mentality. I mean, if you want to boil it down, these terms, that's the absolute boiled down version of a scarcity mentality. I only have X amount of time left, so whatever. As opposed to having an abundance mentality, going, I'm here, bro. I don't know
all the time in the world.
Yeah, I got the world enjoying this. I'm not dwelling on. If I might have minutes left, and I'm like, I ain't dwelling on it, man. What's going on? Yeah, just enjoying, right? Gratitude.
Yeah.
Like, yo, dude, you ever sit? If I'm shout out to my dad's 88, right? When I'm 88, I could imagine me sitting down on the porch and just eating some the first spoon of ice cream. And this is for me, I eat ice cream 4 times a year. You know what I'm saying? I have a little phase every quarter, and then I'm over it. But like I'm 88 and go, man, this spoonful of ice cream is pretty fantastic. Having gratitude, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
appreciating stuff. But also, don't let that get in the way of you enjoying stuff, like going evil Knievel, I'm going to backflip off this. But then also have some sense.
Oh, balance. Yeah, balance. Because at the same time, we look at like our parents' generation and like the generation either right after or right before them, depending on what age they are. But those who kind of grew up in the late 70s, early 80s, a lot of them look a lot older than us when they were younger, which is interesting. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like just too much partying.
It's getting away. You touched on something earlier. You know, you're young and time is whatever, and then you grow older, and it's like you mentioned a quick throwaway where you were like, oh shoot, farther away from source,
Yeah.
something like that. As you stretched out the experience here, you got farther away from source. I mean, everyone, right? And that's very quite possible. So
It does seem like almost like the 80s, especially the early 80s. It seems like things were so good and good here. At least people always seem to talk about those times like they were the best times ever. But and then especially like people like
they were cool, dude.
Like I know Crow 777 is always talking about this, how the 90s got real depressing. But like the 80s were like always a party, like America was super positive, but like I wonder if that materialistic pleasure made people a little bit further from source, that like certain people, not everyone, obviously. And that's why you have people who are like graduating high school looking like are like my dad's age now, looking like they're 60 something, you know?
I think that's,
and it's person by person, obviously. I don't want to generalize over everyone.
Yeah, I don't think that's just physical. I think that's internal, and it manifests outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen people, they're just, those are what we call NPCs, and somehow maybe you knew them as a younger person, or, you know, you consider them your peers at some point, and you go, wow, they are so off. How can that?
The weird thing is, it might not even be related to anything that we're saying, because I'm actually noticing now kids graduating high school, and I'm like, they look almost too young. Like they don't. It could be like like whatever is in the food and stuff, like where people aren't developing properly. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they look like children. They don't look. It's weird.
I also feel like older people than me probably looked at me like I had soft hands or something, like in the 90s, and because they're from like the 40s or whatever. I don't even know.
Yeah. Life was harder.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I built a railroad and I sailed by myself across the Atlantic because I want, you know,
and it could just be that, even that's like a physical aspect of it too, like where maybe our parents and our grandparents, they worked more physical labor, so it just showed on their
so they
faces.
Looked at us, we were like some baby lambs stepping out.
Yeah.
And so now we're looking at them other ones as there's some like baby lambs stepping out. But I think it's also true. I think cats are getting softer, man.
Oh yeah, now especially with I think a lot of it is also the physical aspect of the hormones and everything like that they're getting.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, it's funny how that. Remember when I shared that video from CIA asset Sean Ryan's, or it's not, what's his name? Is it Sean Ryan? Is that his name? On YouTube, the bald guy.
Oh god, I do not know right now.
When he was interviewing the Rainmaker guy who had what the hell type of, he had like a mullet haircut, and he was the CEO of one of the companies that does weather modification, and now like,
oh wow,
yeah, so he just had him on again after the Texas stuff, asking him if weather modification was the source of the flooding in Texas. And I thought that was funny because I had shared the original video with him, because I was like, this guy's going to be coming up. He's going to be coming up a lot because he looks like an idiot, and they're going to use him for a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to flow state for a minute, because I remember I used to experience this a lot playing sports, and it always fascinated me. Because I was a good athlete in high school and college, but like I was the least talented at basketball that I played in high school.
Chris, I'll be honest, I don't trust any dude that is not even able to be decent at any sport. Like, I can play any sport, but I might not be the best, but I can at least Even if it's I don't trust anyone that can't do like.
Yeah, because I don't know what they were doing then when they were a kid. It's like I played that. I was playing D1. I played D1 baseball, so I was like all about sports. I thought I was going to do it forever.
But
like,
but keep going, bro. I'm sorry. I just wanted to throw that in there. And
but just oh no, you're fine, dude. You're fine. But basketball was my least. I was probably the least talented at basketball. Just being, I stopped growing at 6 foot, so I was like shorter than most of the basketball players, especially once I got in high school, and everyone who was actually like going somewhere with basketball was over 6 foot, at least probably like 6'5". And I was good at defense, but there were just some games where something would happen, and usually it would be like if I hit my first shot and I got that confidence of the feeling like the crowd was with me also. So it's almost like a little bit of like, I guess, what's the word for it? Sympathetic magic in a way. When I thought like the crowd was behind me and that like I thought they were thinking that I was talented and rooting for me, where I would just start shooting and not missing, and it wouldn't really make much sense because I wasn't that type of offensive player. It was just like I couldn't miss. There's something weird going on, and it wasn't me, because I knew that was going to automatically be gone as soon as that game was over.
Oh man, sometimes you're just on. And what's funny is, again, sports, man. That's dude. Think about, I don't even know.
And when it's happening, you feel it though, and you know it, and it's almost like you could take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And now baseball, I was more used to that happening, and a lot of times it is too. A lot of it's confidence. For me, it was like a trigger. Like if I did something good at the beginning of a game, I could get into that state. It just depended on the sport, whether or not I could maintain it.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a personal hang up that still sticks with me, and that was I was playing softball. I was in an organized league. It was in the Army, and we were good. We were good at all the sports, right? Not because one guy was a superstar, it's because everyone was like decent. You know what I mean? So everyone had a good level of decent. And so we were playing softball, and I'm like, I wasn't in it. This still hangs with me. This ground ball came my way. It bounced. It was a one hopper, but it bounced high, and really I should have just been able to snag it. It went right past me, and I was like, that was the opposite of being in the zone.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I just didn't do much good after that. A little bit. I tried to raise up the vibe, but
it's hard to come back from stuff like that, dude.
Yeah, try to build a momentum of coolness. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I played every sport where I felt like I was on.
Yeah, I had a few baseball games where that same thing would happen. Yeah. Like I remember there was one game when I had like 3 errors, which is a lot because I was playing shortstop. And it was like I threw a ball over the first baseman, so like I just chucked it and I lost control of it, slipped out of my hand. And then like I got another ground ball, I did it again. And I was like, oh shit. And I knew it wasn't going to be, I knew it was going to happen one more time at least. I think it happened one more time after that. And I was just like, this is going to be a rough game. You just can't get out of it sometimes.
I mean, explain these things. Some of this stuff is wild, dude. Oh man, I don't even want to. I feel like there's so many branches I could go down. Oh, I'll play pickleball and handball, and guess what? I've never played either one, but I bet I could kind of be competitive and still have a good time.
Yeah, pickleball is actually pretty fun and easy.
I just don't want to play anyone that's really, really good. I remember me and my friend was like, let's play racquetball, and we're like, we're playing, and we played people that were into it, and it was like,
oh yeah, racquetball is a little rougher.
Difference of it was such another the level hop was so much, and we're like, dude, someone's like, I had a guy ask me, do you play tennis? I'm like, yeah, dude, I play tennis, and I was like, shit, I don't play tennis like that. Like guy is serving, and it's like the ball's getting stuck in the fence holes behind me. I'm like,
oh yeah. No, yeah. There's Because I started playing tennis recently back because
It's fun though.
we have tennis courts back behind our apartment here, and it's fun. But I don't know how much I'd want to play with people who are like like playing tennis in college and shit like that. I'd be like,
No. The best. Oh, I mean, I can't even play. I knew people that played in high school, and they were like so different. But no, I like playing with my friends who we both never played. I got like 4 friends where it's like we started and never played, but we were super competitive and relatively athletic, like kind of athletic.
yeah, and you could keep up then and play a game like a pickup game.
Yeah, and that was so much fun. And
Hell
we
yeah.
played like all the way, like it'd be like 7. We'd play like 7 sets, and you go, "Do you want to go for another match?" I believe I'm like, "I'll try." Usually, I'm good for like in a half. Like I'm good for like half of that. Like I'll anyway, but like 2 full on rounds.
Yeah.
But it's still fun.
Hell
It's
yeah.
still fun. I'm like I'm gonna dominate, and this is 2 equally leveled people. But yeah, there's levels, yeah.
Definitely. I wouldn't even try to go out and hit a 95 or above mile per hour fastball at this point when I used to be able to, because it just things fade too. You need to be.
Imagine, Chris. Imagine running as fast as you can, like a full sprint. And
Yeah, right now I'm definitely not fast
Right now.
anymore. It would
Dude,
be I'd be disappointed in myself.
we both wake up in the morning and just go to the nearest field and sprint for like, I don't know, 20 seconds, 10 seconds.
Oh, it would suck right
And
now.
It's funny because in my head, oh, it's ridiculous. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm so fast right now. And then I just think of an outsider looking, going, yeah, that's pretty not that fast, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of things, not really moving. But in my head, I'm like, I'm Carl Lewis right now, or whatever. It's like war. It's like a warp time thing. I don't know. Where your mind puts you, and then you can be in different mindsets like that and still coexist in this very strange feng shui situation. Everyone's we're not here on our own, but we're here on our own. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting about like that feeling of there being something almost working through you when you're in that flow state.
Oh yeah, and I'm a sucker for the movies. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like near lightning in a waterfall. I'm like, give me the power.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm Raiden. Like, make me like water Raiden. You know, and it's like that's my imagination. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm here for it.
But I know there's part of us that like knows that there's a higher aspect that we can tap into like that.
Oh yeah, the mind is incredible, and
I mean, look at the Iceman, good old Wim Hof.
Oh, you're going dark with it.
I mean, he was just like, I know that there's some controversy with him and whatnot, but before, like earlier in my journey into all this stuff, he was one of the first guys I came across who just introduced me to that Tumo breathing method, which I really actually got a lot of benefit from. So I can't hate on the guy because that helped me a lot. And it made me capable of doing certain things that I didn't think I was capable of. So I can't hate on him.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's done some crazy ass shit, so.
Yeah. What do you think, man? Let's play this vid. I feel like, you know, sometimes you never know what you're gonna get here. It could be I don't know.
We see, like you were saying before about how everyone's so negative. I kind of wish more people would cover these superhuman type of attributes. That I feel like for a while it was being covered a lot. Like that's why I feel like I found. I mean, even Vice was covering freaking the Iceman. Vice, those losers. And like, you know what I mean? So like all this stuff was becoming a little more even in the alternative space, it was becoming alternative mainstream, and then even breaking into the mainstream, and then it's become all like fear, end of the world's coming.
Oh yeah.
Humans couldn't have done anything. It's just like we don't get many, I guess, examples to kind of look at and sort of try to aim towards. Even our celebrity, that's been on purpose, because even the heroes people were given have been purposely destroyed at this point.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people still don't understand that.
You know, there's a recent episode, they show you these things, and do with it what you wish, but on Sandman, season 2, Sandman. And this is Dream. This is the entity behind dreams, right?
Yeah. I saw some season 1 of that, so
Yeah,
I'm familiar with the show.
Yeah. So he had literal Shakespeare, like the guy, Shakespeare. There's a bunch of stuff happening. So Shakespeare like wrote this play and did the play, and then the other dudes were like, that's not quite how it worked. And then Dream was like, aka Shaper, they actually call him Shaper, was like, the details don't really matter that much. This kind of, we just want the myth and the message to carry on. This is a good way to do so. They're like, oh, okay.
That's interesting. That's
from the show. You know what I mean? So, can I play this? This is 1 minute.
Play it. Yeah, no, play it. Keep playing it.
Now, this guy is anyway, I won't do any prefaces. Let's see. Can you play?
What's happened worldwide? It was the flood of Noah. You could see it push mud up over the Sphinx right here. It dried like concrete. The Sphinx is sitting on top of a whole entire temple right here. You can see where the sediment gets pushed up. Even on the steps, it came in sideways and mud wiped out this whole entire temple. These sphinxes are found all over the world, okay? Whether it's in Egypt, Greece, India. There's even one in the Grand Canyon. That's the Sphinx in Balo Christian that got flooded. This is the Sphinx in Egypt. This is the one sitting in the Grand Canyon. You can see the Sphinx had its head knocked off somewhere. It's probably buried behind it in sediment. That's a pyramid behind the Sphinx covered in mud, okay? All these sphinxes and pyramids are sitting on top of that temples, the same temples that were in Balo Christian. You see right here how that Sphinx in Balo Christian is sitting on top of it. So that's going to be like your Greek and Roman ancient pillar columns right there that run across like a Colosseum. And that's going to be another top of a temple right there. That's why when they excavated out the Sphinx in Egypt, they found all kinds of chambers and tunnels underneath, because that Sphinx is sitting on top of a temple. You see, this whole area got flooded out, but it pushed sand up in Egypt instead of mud. This is all water damage on the surface right here. 3 generations of stonemasons. The first thing I was taught to see was water damage on a stone surface. This stuff deposited sediment so thick that nothing's going to grow through it for thousands of years, okay?
All right. I didn't know it went that long. Oh, man, I can't listen to the whole thing, but I listened to it earlier. I don't know about the water damage. I know that's a common thing, and anything people like a Graham Hancock related types person, it always makes me a little just initially sus, and but besides that, assuming those pictures and things were real, some of them I'm pretty sure are, because I've seen them before. And was that tell one that says there was one realm, everyone knew each other and talked to each other.
Yeah, man.
Interaction, like regular,
And then it also tells you that something happened, and I guess now the problem is, are they trying to make something happen like that again? Or is something like that going to naturally happen again?
Oh, yeah, and they're like, we got it this time. We figured it out this time. I know last time we were close. This time I think we got the right order of operations and ingredients to make it happen this round. It's like, guys.
It's almost like, it's also too, are they going, we got it this time, we're going to do our thing, and our thing actually is what causes it each time, but this time we're not going to fuck it up this time.
Well, the stated intentions are like, there's like literal, and it's like destroy the pillars and smash it down like a pancake and take the realm below us and take the realm above us and just smash this particular Midgard realm in half. And that's our cheat code to ascend to the next level of the layer, right? That's the theory. So they want to knock down pillars as opposed to going through it like maybe through, like you were talking about light earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe instead of doing it that way, you're like, fuck, dude, I'm too dark for that light shit. I'm going to just try and blow this shit up. And just since it won't exist anymore, then I'll automatically have to be portaled up to the next because there's no other way. And that's, I think, is their thing. And how they go about it is trying to destroy it. Going, okay, we almost got it that time. Let's try again. Fast forward 500 years ago. Okay, I think we got it this time.
Well, it's interesting too, because if just thinking of the transhumanist technology, it's logically, it's almost like without, you could just basically deduce this yourself if you think about it hard enough and you trace the steps forward and backwards and see, like, think about the results and think about how manipulating biology in the ways they're going to attempt to, and they've been attempting to manipulate it, seems to be always destructive. It's like just that alone can have a ripple effect that winds up destroying almost everything, and then they're going to have to restart because you're going to be getting the AI involved and everything, and the AI, and then all basically biology is going to start breaking down, and all these hierarchies of biological life are going to start breaking down, and then you're going to have to stop what you're doing before it's too late. And then you're going to have to hide out until you can come back up to the surface. Like, it seems to be what happens every time.
It's definitely not coming from love. If anyone out there believes that love is a thing and not just a mechanism of, mechanical mechanism of one's avatar, if you think that that's a thing,
and then the thing is that it's because they don't believe in, it's their materialists that don't believe in, I don't understand, because they seem to have some sort of belief in an afterlife, because they use dark magical practices, some of them do at least, but at the same time they want to live on the material. It's like they're game addicted to this place. They're game addicted to the material, and they want to live forever here. And that search for eternal life is what actually destroys everything here every time they try to achieve it.
Dude, they think they're going on like Delta Lounge or whatever. They think this will get them parked up at a nice place.
Yeah, they want to get out. They want to get off the planet. They want to go to be gods out there in the shadow of the ether and space because they're scared. They're scared of the source and dying and judging themselves and starting over. And
so, how does one even come to that? A lot of more Holly weirdo stuff, as far as the movies, is like those Lord of the Ring type movies where you have like the orcs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There actually used to be like elves.
Yeah. That's exactly like what happens. I feel like
and they're like not content elves, and they turn into like, yo, what is this bullshit?
Well, we even got Palantir going on now, which is from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, for real?
It's like a. I think it was like a orb that you hold it and you could see the past and the future or something like that. It's like a weapon.
And in the movie, it was called Palantir?
Yeah, the Palantir.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was called, or it was the Palantir who found it. I'm not sure. I'm so bad. Didn't really see all of the movies. I saw one of them, I think, but I know that dude Viggo Mortensen with the long hair, he finds it.
Well, that does not surprise me one bit.
Yeah, because all these nerds are the ones doing all the tech stuff and trying to create all this shit. They're friggin' nerds. And then also you have a bunch of people who are convinced that they weren't the sex they were and destroyed their bodies, and their only hope of going forward is finding a way to use the AI to help themselves mechanically live forever and as some sort of cyborg, because they're going to die early.
Man.
And these are losers we got to deal with.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's kind of a, yeah. It seems like it's an insurmountable amount of, not those who shine too bright of a light, the dull, I guess, the dim, perhaps. Their light's dim.
No.
I don't even mean that from an IQ perspective. I mean it just literally in the literal sense of the word. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's not really like do what I can to spread the light and get it contagious, but whatever.
I mean, I think there's some dark stuff going on with certain people, especially now. It's almost like I wouldn't be surprised if there's like egoless beings or soulless beings that are being inhabited by disembodied spirits that just are game addicted to this place as well and never want to leave.
They're out in the open. The blatantness is just out in the open, man. I mean, they're the demons are out. And
the behavior is just it's not human.
Real extra, yeah. So,
And to me, it's obvious that it never works. It never works out. Like they always wind up causing a lot of destruction and having to restart everything. I don't understand the logic.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not good at their job. It's like,
horrible.
It's up every time we try to do this. Maybe we should reevaluate this relationship. Reevaluate your future in this so-called archons. How about you step down because you're arcing and it ain't working. Your arcing ain't working. So,
but I mean, the whole thing though. At the same time, we have to look at it as there is like you started this chat talking about pain and pleasure. I remember that was one of the first things you had mentioned. And honestly, you don't really grow in this realm without pain. We have to remember that. So, it might be inevitable that we got to just keep on facing more and more nonsense until we could grow to a point where it's no longer needed.
Oh man, I hit my shin on a coffee table. That'll ruin me for the next 40 minutes, man. I'll be making a big deal about it for like 40 minutes,
And you can see that's right in the psychology of these same people, where it's the they that we're talking about. They're so against pain that they'll do anything to find a way to either drug it away or insert AI into their body and experiment with their biology, even if it kills them.
Extreme.
They're just so anti-pain, which means they have never taken the time to know themselves.
That's those Dune people in Dune.
Yep.
The Harkonnens or something, but that's why.
That's exactly them. That's exactly them. Yep.
That's why the dude's floating around. He's like, doesn't even want to use his legs. He's like, why should I even use my legs? Just floating around like a balloon.
And he's like a fat slob with probably doesn't even have a sexual organ anymore.
Yeah.
He's basically a gray.
But there's probably some weird, hit some dots in the brain where it turns on the horniness or something. I don't know.
He's he bathes in that tub of
oil.
Probably some oil, which is probably acts like a drug for him. Probably like the black goo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the obvious thing if this dude is full on gooed up. And so strange, I don't want to have extreme. I'm cool with I don't want super extreme pain, you know what I mean? But I'm also not trying to be super debauchery like that. That's wild, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really, we shouldn't necessarily need that extreme pain. It's almost like it's these other entities that haven't learned their lesson yet, and they're the ones causing it on. They cause this pain to occur, and we have no choice but to get through it.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, this, and the wildness and everything that can be spoken of, like, there's literally spraying of the skies. I know this is so well known. I know everyone's like, I know, but think about how it's not being counteracted.
And now now they're openly all coming out admitting it. Now we had the U.S. just did, the UK just did. They're openly admitting it, and still people don't believe that it's happening.
We're still spraying stuff. What are you gonna do about it? And then you go tell your friends. Your friends are like, no way, they don't do that. It's like there's nothing else. What can I do?
It's like, dude, the head of the whatever agency just came out on TV and said it on your mainstream media that you guys love so much, and you're still resistant. It makes no sense to me, man.
That's why, man, I just choose to live as far away as I can from some stuff like that.
Yeah. And also, like, don't worry about, to me, it's like, I don't worry about the stuff in the sky because I'm like, I just constantly say I'm good. Because I do think a lot of it is mind.
I think it kind of sucks, though, and I get you. But part of me wants to be like, man, if I could just, if that's the plane literally spraying craziness on me and everyone, if I could just shoot it out of the sky right now, I'd be like, bet. I'd probably sleep okay at night. So I'm like, hey, man. And then, but that's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, and the problem is, too, they're saying it's in which we've all kind of thought that it's in the fuel being used by some of these aircraft anyways, like regular passenger aircraft.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's like,
what's a massive bug spray agenda that has been initiated, and who, everyone knows they're the bugs in their opinion. Are you going to accept that? Are you going to accept being seen as a bug and hence treated so? Ask yourself that.
That's the question.
What you going to do about it? You identified something, perhaps, maybe, wherever anyone else out there is in their journey. Me, I'm like, I think all of it's true. And so, what you gonna do about it? Okay, cool. What are you gonna do about it? Like, what are you? What you look in the mirror and go, what are you gonna do about it? This isn't even like this is just like, is this? This is how you find out who what's going on in this journey. It's very strange.
And Alan Watt always used to say that everyone's going to have to come to this conclusion on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup. Dude, let's get out of here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we hit it.
Is there anything left on your literal what was it? E4? What are you saying? Bugs in the gut? Oh yeah, well Paris. I mean, E4 rocking. What's up, dude? He's probably feeling very similar to the way I'm feeling right now. So that's why I'm not typing in the comments section. Everyone.
Is he upset about the 2 C's in my name? That's I hope not.
Oh. I think he's okay. I think he's okay E4. I don't think he's.
I couldn't control it. I can control people. That's what they just name me. Yeah.
I'm sure his cousin. I mean, from the old country.
Oh yeah, my last name Ciardiello, like Chris Ciardiello.
Esme's going to bed. Yeah, let's get out of here. But yeah, hey, everyone's got cousins of uncles. Who knows what everyone's doing. I'm not responsible.
Absolutely, but yeah, No, I appreciate everyone for watching tonight. That was a fun show.
All right. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was actually. I think we needed that one. It was a positive show.
That's us being positive, talking about Terminator in Matrix. You're gonna need Orpheus. Like you to be on Nebuchadnezzar. Like that's our way of being positive, everyone. It's the end of the world, but it's fine, right, guys? We'll do what we can. But hey, this is the positive show tonight. No, I think so too. We try not to go dark. It's like
I think we were all right. We were like in the middle. We were right in the middle, I think.
I don't like being dark. I'm trying to be positive. I don't think anything I do is dark. I think it's just is. I mean, I try not to be.
Exactly, and we have fun.
All right, cool.
We have fun. So, but let's get out of here, brother.
Let's get out of here, Chris. Guys.
Thank you for having me, by the way.
Dude, I had a good time. I had fun. I felt like I was just hanging out and talking. You know what I mean? Just talking.
Yeah, me too, man. I love that.
Check out Chris Miner's YouTube, guys. Support. This is family. This is La Familia. So we take care of our own underground Ronin cartels. We all got to start our own cartel. That's it. So
That's
join
what
Chris
it's got to
Miner.
be.
Yeah, help build Chris Miner's cartel and check out his stuff, man. That's all the marketing and promotion that I have in me right now. But
that's all I need. I don't do much. I don't do much of that anyway. So if you want to come look at my stuff, that's great. I appreciate it. If not, no worries. I'm just here for the conversation and sharing of information.
Join up, everyone.
In the company of my boy Ronin over here.
Let's go, dude. You got to come to Georgia. I went on an awesome hike last week. But anyway, we'll talk.
Oh, I would love to. Yeah, we definitely have to talk about that in the future.
A river hike. Anyway. There's rapids. This place is famous for rapids too. Northern Georgia, Carolina, Tennessee. That's like famous rapids. Anyway, guys, Chris Miner's awesome. E4's dope. Esme's going to bed. Stacy left a while ago. And yeah, man, shout out to everyone. And got some other homies out here. And I was just enjoying the flow. I didn't pay much attention to the chat because I just didn't want. I want to be in the present while chopping up with a friend of mine. You know what I mean? Just whatever. Nothing's correct or incorrect. It's just there's no wrong. We're just talking.
Absolutely. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate you, brother.
So much love. We're out here. All right. Thank you. Bye. A couple minutes of this, and we're out here. Peace. Love. Thank you.
G.O.D. we remain solo. Universal complex, how the team grow though. Every memory captured, that's a mind photo. Kashik record, yeah, we training in the source dojo. Fear's normal, but never fearing you mere mortals. Look through the portal, we are God's aura. Light speed, travel through the shadow, calling my battles. Yin yang effects of atomic particles to an atom. Like Eve is the atom, a true completion of matter. Love alignment with the self-information all gathered. I might spark with the Buddha, spread the knowledge of Tuda. Peace and love be the ruler of all that we doing. New waves and sound, we raise profound. A treasure found, we hold the crown. I feel that ambition transmitting my vision. Solar system in my eyes, galaxy aligned. I smoke this fire every time I need to clear my mind. I hop up in the booth, I'm telling truth cause I don't gotta lie. My life character in the air, they unaware. I see the air but still care, look in the mirror. I'm smoking ganja, the only thing I need but air sight. I'm just fucking with you, but the universe gon' take me there. I'm blasting through the cosmos, twisting bounce with the fronto. Swaying to the rhythm in my mind like it's a bongo. Take a look at yourself, be a leader, never follow. That's my motto, living mono from the bottom, how we conquer life. Yeah, I dance with the enemy together, making melodies. When I breathe, yeah, that's energy, balancing my energy. So long as you're trying to make progress, you will feel like but not always it comes down. So while you're trying to get better and better and better, that means that when you get to the best, you will be longer the best. So you go round and round and round, ever chasing the illusion that there is something outside yourself, outside your here and now, indeed, make things better. This is to be need somebody who is working hard and discover that they're running around this thing, maybe fun, and it may be good to run around, but if you think you're going to get something out of it, you're not going to. Wanna see adventure, so experience the inner. Charging up my chakras with my crystal smoking killer. Wanna be the best, I must confess this is my calling. Gifted with the talent, gain some knowledge that we ballin'. On temptation all around, Satan spawning hellhounds, but my light remain to shine even when I feel down. Every breath that be profound, ancestors so proud. We ignite the revolution, mystic spell with the sound. The waves inside me raise profound. A treasure found behold the crown.